Well, hello there, Daybreak Community Church. Here I am once again in my office, better known these days as a recording studio, but here we are once again. I wanted to reach out because I had this conversation just a couple weeks ago, and this word was used in that conversation, and I've noticed it used over and over again in news articles, news reports, this word unprecedented. You know, we really are living in a time right now where there are all kinds of new challenges, things that we just have not ever had to face before or even thought about facing before. And especially this week and the last couple of weeks, my family, and I know a lot of families here in Daybreak or just across the country, are working with how kids are going to go back to school and how all that schedule is going to work and how to navigate all that. This word unprecedented, we've never experienced anything like this before. It is unprecedented, but it's not without answer. It's not without solution or without direction. This fall at Daybreak Church, we're going to be studying this incredible book out of the Bible called the Book of James, a book written by a guy named James. And as I turned through the verses and the chapters in this book, I was just struck over and over again with how he truly, it's almost like he's writing directly into our current lives, into our current situation. He opens with this notion. He says, from James, a servant, a slave to God our Father. And then he says it's to the 12 tribes spread around the world, to God's people spread around the world, dispersed around the world, separated from one another. And immediately I thought, I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be separated, to be spread, to feel that disconnect. And here James is writing this directly to us. And as he goes through, James writes to the believers about how they can behave, how their faith should be lived out in the world in which they find themselves, in this unique place in which they find themselves. And he talks to them about enduring through trials, through difficulties, through all kinds of hard times. He talks to them about how to be a positive witness in a world that desperately needs hope and desperately needs joy and desperately needs the good news of the gospel. Essentially, James is presenting us with the consequences of the truth. Sure, you believe the truth about Jesus, but guess what? There are consequences to what you believe. There is growth that comes from what you believe. There's maturity, there's fruit, there's evidence associated with what you believe. And as you journey through James, you see him present this argument over and over and over again. If you believe the truth, then here are the consequences. And I am desperately excited to study this together with you, Daybreakers. I'm even more excited because our small group program, our iConnect program is going to be working in tandem with this sermon series. So we'll discuss and we'll learn from a scripture on Sunday, and then that following week, iConnect groups will meet and study that same scripture and dig deeper and learn even more from that same passage. So we'll really be, as a community, really be getting into the book of James and seeing what God has for us there. We have groups meeting in person at Daybreak Church. We have groups meeting online via Zoom, so you can meet there just from your own home if you feel more comfortable there. But I really want to encourage you, now is the time to sign up for an iConnect group as we study this incredible book together. The links for iConnect sign up are in the description of this video, and I just want to encourage you, click on that link, get plugged in. If you have any questions, email us info@daybreakvermont.org. Really excited to get into this book and to study the scripture and to see what God has for us in it. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you soon.